What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm gonna be moving around a little bit because I'm folding clothes, and while I'm doing that, I just wanted to talk to y'all about how narcissists um they look at everything like image is everything to a narcissist, and you'll never be enough in a relationship, in a marriage, a friendship. You'll never be enough if you ever find yourself in a place with someone to where they're always trying to convince you that you can just do a little bit more. They're pushing you to kind of compete against something, and you don't know what you're competing against, and sometimes they may even tell you, why they want you to look a certain way, speak a certain way, and act a certain way. And that's not your personality. But still, they want you to do things like that because it's all about image to them. And they need you to help them be noticed. Narcissists, they don't look at you as a partner, as an individual, as a human. They look at you as an object, as something that belongs to them, like a tool or something. And it's always about competition with them, to where they can really exhaust the person who they're with, like constantly convincing them of, you know, this is nice, but it can be better. A lot of times I notice that, and I went through this. Narcissists, when you're in a relationship with one, okay, so they don't know what unconditional love is. So it's just like, you need to do this so that, it pleases them. They need your image to look a certain way that pleases them, because when you pay attention to a lot of things that they say when they talk, it's always about how something makes them look, you know, like you're an embarrassment to them, which you're not. That's all in their mind because it's always about competition, and no one's even thinking like that. Nobody thinks like that but a narcissist. So don't ever think that something is wrong with you and you're not good enough, for yourself. You have to sometimes remind a person that, like, hey, slow down. Let's just enjoy this moment. Let's stay here. Stop comparing me to what I used to be in the past, or how I used to look in the past, things I used to do in the past. I'm not there anymore. We're here now. Can you just accept me for who I am now? Or either they're comparing you to what they see around them in the present time. And that's not you. That's not your personality. And you have to let people know, that's not me. And I don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. You're taking me out of my comfort zone. Let me be free to be who I want to be. And if that doesn't make you happy, or if you're not all right with that, then that's a problem within yourself. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It goes back to insecurities with a narcissist. They're so insecure to where, again, image is everything. They love to say that they need you to look a certain way because of how it's going to make them look, not about how it's going to make them feel. If anything, if people are admiring that they were able to pull you, like if you're a 10, and in their past they were never able to get someone like you in a relationship. If you want to compare someone, like as far as image or something like that, or beauty, or style and things like that, and a narcissist, they were never able to find someone on that level, and they finally get that person. It's like they treat you like a trophy, not like a partner. And so they're so happy to have that. It's just like you'll never be enough because they're going to always be looking in other places for something, just to always kind of up you. And like the saying goes about the grass is greener on the other side, that's how narcissists think. They always, they think that if the grass looks greener on the other side, well, maybe that's where I should be. But that's the reason why They always put you up for competition. And you have to let them know that, why I'm not good enough for you the way that I am now. And they love to throw up, oh, well, you just take things the wrong way. I was just giving you a compliment. That's not a compliment to tell me if you do this a little bit more, you will look better. Like, there's nothing wrong with me now. If anything, you need me to do this so it can make you look a certain way, but that's the crazy way narcissists think. Like, you will never be me. It's still me who will be making these changes for myself. You'll never be me. Because some narcissists, people, even when they see them with a nice looking person, with a really good person who, if people know the narcissist's history and the new supply don't know that about the narc, the narc is going to keep it very, very brief as far as, having you meet this person, because they don't want them to say too much that'll expose them. So they may say things like, look at you. That's a nice looking woman. Where you found her at? And it's like they're giving hints like, better be careful with that one because they are crazy, stuff like that. The narc, they want to hurry up and take you away from that person because they don't want them to say too much. That's going to reveal who they are, or, have you questioning like, why are they saying things like that? What they meant by that? They need to keep you away from that. That's why they like to, divide you, keep you separated from people. But they need people to just give them that admiration, to congratulate them in a way. Like if they've won you, like you're a trophy. They don't look at you as a human, as an individual, as their partner. They look at you as a belonging, like a tool, like something that belongs to them. But still, you will never be enough because it's all about image to them. And I have dealt with that. I've dealt with it recently when I'm like, look, you have to accept me for who I am. I'm not going to be doing all these things that I've told you I did in the past. I'm not 25 years old anymore. I'm closer to 50 than I am 40. So don't expect me to be this person who I used to be, over 10 years ago. That's not me anymore. And I'm not going to do this for your viewing pleasure, for you to get your kicks off the fact that you can enjoy this and you can show it off. I'm not your puppet. And you have to let people know that. And it all depends on how they respond and everything. Because everybody is not a narcissist who do this. But I've only noticed that narcissists, I've noticed that narcissists always need you to be and look a certain way that makes them look a certain way. It's always about how you make them look. So it's like they're kind of making you over for no reason at all, because there's nothing wrong with you. That you don't need those changes. In their mind, they need those changes to take place because of their own insecurities. And they need, at the same time, they manipulate you into thinking that you need to change that about you. Like you can be a little bit more better, if you work on that. They like to mess with your mind and make you think that you should start to look at yourself in a different light so other people can look at you. But they don't feel that way about themselves. That's the crazy part. And the moment you question them, like, why are you worrying about the way that I look? And, you're pushing me to look into changing this and changing that. But you won't even do that for yourself. Like, it's things about you that I can point out and say, you may want to start doing this or start doing that. And it's not a jab, and it's not like to change you. It's to better you in a way to where you may feel good about yourself. This is not about me. But narcs don't think that way because, again, it's all about image for them. And you still will never be enough. Because if new supply comes along, they're going to do the same thing with them. And they're going to try to take a bit of who you were, put it inside that person, and they're looking ahead at other people to make that new supply look a bit more like that person. So, it's just an ongoing pattern with a narcissist as far as image. And that's why you'll never be enough. In a relationship, you just can't convince them that you're enough. They get you by doing things to, to make you just feel like you're a special person and they just can't live without you. I just gotta have you in my life. And they give you all these compliments. But then once you're in the relationship with them, it's like it's so many things they start to see about you that you could change. Like, where does that even come from? And they start to mess with they try to mess with your confidence because it really comes from their own insecurities. They try to put their insecurities off on you by telling you what you need to change. In the moment you're like, well, hey, slow your roll. I don't need to change nothing. I'm fine the way I am. Oh, you just take things the wrong way. You don't know how to take a compliment. I'm telling you that you could look better if you do that. There's nothing wrong with me now. What do you mean, look better? You just have to, just kind of stop them in their tracks and let them know I don't need you to make me over and make me do this and make me do that. And a lot of times it just kind of tells you that it's them. It's all about them. And then you have to look at them like, even if they're the type of narcs, because the narcs I know, they don't really take care of themselves. The hygiene is horrible and everything. They just don't care about image as far as themselves. Long as the people who they're with, their supply and everything looks good, they figure, well, that's a reflection of me, so that's good enough. If they look good, then I look good, because they put themselves inside of you like you're one, you know. Um, yeah, so long as you let the person know that you don't need to change anything about you, you have to listen for the response. Because again, everybody who acts this way is not a narcissist. Sometimes people just need to be checked. You need to check them and let them know, we're not going to do this. I'm good. If anyone has a problem, it's you. Maybe you need to check yourself. And if they don't have a problem with what you're saying, if they could kind of just sit back and reflect, like, yeah, and you're right, then it won't be a deflection. So you won't have to worry about them trying to get inside your mind and make it seem like you just take things the wrong way. I didn't even mean it like that. Like, that's how they act when you put a narc in their place or tell them that there's nothing wrong with me, you know. But anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. Just wanted to speak on how, image is everything with a narcissist, and how you'll never be enough when you're in a relationship with one. You know, it's just something that they have to learn to understand. You love yourself enough to say, I'm good enough for me. And if that's not good enough for you, then you need to move on, you know. So that's the end of this video. Thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. I'll talk to you soon.